Imagine having a plan for food every time you eat that you are confident is nourishing for your body, with margin to eat treats without feeling guilty or having to work it off later. Imagine never stressing about if something is or isn't healthy ever again, and being able to make the best food choices possible in every scenario life gives you. This isn't hypothetical. This is what's possible when you pursue food freedom. Do you struggle to stay consistent with healthy eating and just want food decisions to be easy, guilt-free, and sustainable? You're in the right place. I'm Chelsea, nutritionist and fitness coach who overcame restrictive yo-yo dieting and body image insecurities using simple nutrition tools, all backed by biblical principles. And now I help women like you find that same freedom with food so you can feel confident in the look and health of your body for decades to come. I'm ready to dive in with you. So open your notes app and let's go. I am most proud of the mindset switch that has come around with this for me. Every time I've tried a diet, I'm just waiting for that cheat meal or finding any justification to break. When I would go off the rails with the diet, I would never get back on, or at least it would be a fight. With this program, I enjoy how I feel so much when I'm intentional with what I'm eating that I am eager to get back to it if I step away for any reason. Since starting this program, I have dealt with significantly less bloating and fewer meals where I walk away feeling gross. I have become significantly more in tune with my body and can actually interpret the cues it's giving me. My only regret is that I didn't start sooner. It is 100% worth it, and if you've been on the diet train for years, you will be shocked at how enjoyable this program actually is. Well, I mean, what more can I say? This is a note from one of my nutrition clients graduating from The Sustainable Way, my one-on-one nutrition coaching program, as she reflected on her experience. And you can be the next transformation that I get to brag about on the podcast simply by joining The Sustainable Way for yourself. Head to coachrain.com/nutrition coaching, where you can learn all about the coaching process, or even get enrolled to start today. That's coachreign.com/nutrition coaching. And now, welcome to Nutrition for Christian Women. Food freedom. I don't know about you, but this was something that never even crossed my mind as something I wanted or needed until I heard of it. I found this awesome definition of food freedom that has become a cornerstone of my lifestyle and coaching. And it goes like this. Food freedom is the condition of eliminating all diets, rules, and morality with food. Allowing food to be part of your life without controlling your life. At its core, food freedom is a mindset. I love this because, one, yes, this sounds amazing, especially as someone who has found themselves controlled by food at various stages of her life, between constant striving with diet plans or feelings of guilt and shame about eating unhealthy things. And two, I truly believe this is exactly what God intended for our relationship with food to be, simply a part of our life, not the power over our lives. Neutral to good feelings towards it, not something to be feared or make us feel resentful towards our bodies. This has become such an important part of my coaching process that I decided to make an entire episode discussing food freedom. Whether this is the first time you've heard the term or it's something you've been pursuing for a while, I hope what I'm about to share with you illuminates some blind spots you may have with your relationship with food and body and encourages you in knowing that freedom is possible. Yes, even for you. So let's dive in. I just told you what food freedom is, so now let's look at why it's so important. Raise your hand with me if any of these sound familiar to you. Feelings of stress or anxiety when you have an event where food is involved, but it's provided and out of your control. Feelings of regret or guilt after eating food you, quote, know you shouldn't have. Strategizing how to make up for an unhealthy food choice later, like an extra workout or skipping a meal. Using phrases like, I've been good or I've been bad, and even, I deserve this. Declining social invites so you don't break your diet. Thinking about what you are going to eat next before you're done eating what you already have. Justifying an unhealthy food choice with reasons you deserve it or can make up for it. Using exercise as punishment for what you ate instead of eating to fuel your exercise. Always thinking about food and having a sixth sense about what's around you to either try or resist. Okay, my friend, if you raised your hand for any of these, I want to first let you know that you are so not alone. The only reason I can name these is because I have experienced them firsthand. And virtually every one of my nutrition clients can relate to at least one of these. Unfortunately, this is the world we have grown up in. But the next thing I want to tell you is that these are all signs that you do not have freedom with food. It has a grip on you to some degree, and we need to call it out and break it. Imagine having a plan for food every time you eat that you are confident is nourishing for your body, with margin to eat treats without feeling guilty or having to work it off later. Imagine never stressing about if something is or isn't healthy ever again, and being able to make the best food choices possible in every scenario life gives you. This isn't hypothetical. This is what's possible when you pursue food freedom. And it's exactly why I became a nutritionist. So I could help people just like you experience that same freedom with food that I do. Because it really is such a weight lifted off your shoulders that you might not even know you are carrying. And if I were to make it super straightforward as to why it's so important to pursue food freedom, it's because God wants us to live a life of peace and freedom without strongholds, while the enemy wants to keep us as burdened and stuck as possible. It's really that simple. All those scenarios I just described, they're all schemes of the enemy to get you in your own way so you never truly have the peace of God with your body. The peace that surpasses all understanding, as we read in Philippians chapter 4, verse 7. I personally think those are reason enough to chase food freedom, to live in God's ideal for you while also resisting the devil's plan to destroy you. So, that begs the question, how do we achieve food freedom? Well, like the definition indicates, it starts with our mindset. And we can't make changes to our mindset without first recognizing that something needs changing. I pray this podcast episode helps illuminate that for you so we can have a starting place. From there, this is exactly what I walk my nutrition clients through in the sustainable way. We begin with redefining food for a shift in perspective from what the world tells us. And as we redefine food, we literally see food differently. Then, once we see food differently, we rewrite our ideas about portions and generally how much to eat. This step often takes undoing old doctrines we've been taught and learning fresh based on how God designed us to eat. This is where I think a huge chunk of freedom sets in, because we are no longer bound by rules, measurements, numbers. We develop an intuitive knowing that supersedes worldly standards. Then the next step is to dig even deeper into the mindset. You could think of it as the first two steps really leaning into pursuing God's prescription over our lives. And then step 3 is when we arm ourselves against the schemes of the enemy. Here is where we really set boundaries around what we will and won't allow into our bodies. Probably the biggest mindset shift because it offers grace rather than punishment for eating outside of our ideal. And then finally, I teach my clients to be wise consumers in terms of purchasing food. Not all animals are raised the same. Not all plants are grown equally. Most products that fill our supermarket shelves are deceitful in how healthy they truly are. And part of having food freedom is having the truth. In the Gospel of John, chapter 8, verses 32, Jesus says, "And you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." So I make sure my clients aren't bamboozled by genius marketing gurus. In my attempt to make healthful eating as simple and sustainable as possible, while ultimately achieving food freedom, these are the 4 steps that make up the sustainable way, which I do believe is inspired by the Lord himself. I am not that smart on my own. And the vast majority of my clients who experience the full transformation journey, accompanied by coaching and accountability, can truly claim food freedom by the end, which makes my heart so happy. And we want you to be in the Food Freedom Club with us. It is most definitely the greener grass on the other side people always talk about. If you are ready to experience freedom with food, head to coachrain.com/nutrition coaching and let's get started today. Again, that's coachreign.com/nutrition coaching to take the first step towards food freedom with me for you and your family. And I just want to end this episode with reading that definition of food freedom one more time because I truly think it is so radically important to embrace. Food freedom is the condition of eliminating all diets, rules, and morality with food, allowing food to be part of your life without controlling your life. At its core, food freedom is a mindset. I pray this episode was helpful to you, my friend. If so, could you do me a massive favor and take 30 seconds to write a review? This is the best way to bless me big and help more people learn just how simple eating healthy consistently can be. And if you want more value-packed info from me, head to coachrain.com and sign up for the weekly harvest. My weekly emails filled with recipes, how to use food as medicine, biblical nutrition, and more. That's coachreign.com for all the goods. Blessings until next time, sis. Toodles.